From high atop Robinson Manor, live out of West Palm Beach, Florida, this is... It's your boy, Jake the Snake, coming with the Jake Robinson Sports Experience, half man, half podcast machine. I got your hook up. Holler if you hear me. Hello, everybody. It's your boy, Jake Robinson. What are you doing? I know what I'm doing. I'm getting all worked up on this baseball season that ain't even popped off yet. Nobody's going anywhere, but I'm still excited. Couple trades made. And basically I'm going to come through with a little wrap up, give you a little idea of what has exactly happened. Maybe do like a little overview of what's going on. But before we do that, I gotta tell you, I am just really blessed to have the Let's Talk Baseball Podcast Network backing me up. All my boys, the Let's Talk Baseball fan page. I mean, it's just off the hook. I mean, for real, right? It's gotta be like the best Facebook baseball page on all the social media sites. We try to do things a little bit different. We try to keep things interactive, progressive. Y'all ready for this? And you guys have been like our guinea pigs. And I cannot thank you enough for taking time out of your day to listen to me pontificate about the greatest sport in the world, baseball. Nah, me and TJ Gordon, we're looking at the analytics lately. Where are people listening to us? Where are they from? We're dominating in New York, dominating in Pittsburgh, Houston, Oregon. We got listeners in Venezuela, Arriba. The most incredible thing that I saw, though, was the Philippines. Now, look. We truly live in an age of just technological marvel when a moron like me can have an audience in the Philippines. I mean, I've never seen the Philippines, only on like the National Geographic or, you know, one of those kind of channels. And I always envision it like thousands and thousands of Filipino countrymen and women riding bicycles through Manila. And I'm just like imagining somebody riding a bicycle through Manila with a little ham radio little setup in their bike, and you hear my voice. That's crazy. I know. It's probably like a U.S. airman or some kind of soldier that's stationed over there, but I like to believe that there's some little Filipino somewhere listening to my voice, and if you are, God bless you, man. It's the Jake Robinson Sports Experience. We're talking baseball. 365 days of the year. Are you kidding me? I can never get enough of this. I know Michael Franks was talking to me about some football game, and somebody caught the pass, and they didn't think it was a catch, and the referee screwed over the Squealers, and I'm supposed to feel sad about this, and I don't. I could care less. I haven't watched any football this year. Now that I do this podcast, I gotta watch baseball. I gotta make sure what I tell you is correct. Ain't no half-stepping here, brother. It's Jake the Snake. Look, I'm not one of these dudes that wakes up in the morning and rolls over and kisses my girlfriend and tells her to have a good day and then I just kind of like proceed on with what I do. No, that's not me. I do what I do when I do it, and I do it better than anybody else. And the only way that that's possible is a lot of studying and a lot of homework So I don't have time to watch your foolish little NFL games. I'm all about baseball. You think if I don't come with the facts, you think Todd Blasingame gonna let me get away with that? No. He's probably sitting by the computer right now, autocorrecting everything that I say. I don't have any times for any other sports, ladies and gentlemen. Not if I want to bring to you a service, and that service is baseball. Starting out with the Houston Astros, the world champions. They signed right-handed tossing sidearmer Joe Smith. 10-year career. He's a journeyman bullpen guy. And my assumption is he's going to step right into the Luke Gregerson role in the Stros pen. And I'm looking at that Stros pen, and it's Giles, Davinsky, Harris, Musgrove, Peacock. They're going to need a southpaw. They're going to need a left-hander. Third swinging to the right. Like I said, he's had a 10-year career. He's sports a 2.97 ERA. 55.7 ground ball to flyout ratio. That's just stellar. I mean, he was rock solid for the Cleveland Indians last year. And he has been solid throughout his career. I mean, he's been in the Cardinals, Cubs, if I got it right. He's been around. And now that the Red Sox have re-signed Mitch Moreland to a 2-year, $13 million contract to play first base, it would appear that they're out of the Eric Hosmer sweepstakes, which I'm kind of surprised by that. I know you guys have been listening to me, and I've been all over Eric Hosmer to Boston on that hard. I just think that was the right move for your bullpen, or for your lineup. But if there's one thing that we've learned, that even the Red Sox have their own limitations. They are in a money crunch too. I went through on Sunday and I told you about the bad salary trades that are going down in the Major League Baseball. How trades now are pretty much based on economics. They're not really based on, baseball-related moves, making your team better. And the Red Sox might be stuck in that boat. I mean, they would love to unload Hanley Ramirez. And you got to think that unloading Hanley Ramirez would be basically a salary dump. And I don't think if Hanley Ramirez was there, they would have really seriously went after Eric Hosmer. And I think that it does put a crimp on JD Martinez. I don't think that JD Martinez is, I don't think it's a given that he's going to end up in Boston either. I think in order for JD Martinez to get on that Red Sox roster, they're going to have to make a move in the outfield, and it's probably going to have to entail a trade of Jackie Bradley Jr. if you're assuming that Benintendi is untouchable, which he should be. The reason why I'm bringing up Eric Hosmer is in relation to the Houston Astros. I know, you love Yuli Gurriel, and I know that you're a world champion, and a lot of times a world champion feels like they don't have to make any maneuvers. They can just throw that team out there, and everything's going to work out for them, and that World Series is going to happen again. But you can ask the Chicago Cubs how that works out. There's going to be a hangover. There's going to be a target on your back every single day. And I know Gurriel was great, especially in the postseason. He was great for you guys. I think Eric Hosmer to the Houston Astros would be an awesome move for that ball team. I'd love to know what Todd Blasingame thinks about that. I mean, it intrigues me. I find that to be intriguing. Now, maybe you don't want to go in the direction of adding offensive help to your lineup. And I can understand that. On some levels, I do get it. You're a world champion. I get it. I know that you Darvish is going to talk to the Houston Astros front office. And I know that the Astros would love to get their hands on Chris Archer and that 4-year, $34 million contract. I mean, that's a bargain right there. Why aren't the Orioles trying to get a piece of that action? So Joe Smith is leaving Cleveland, headed to Houston for a ring ceremony. And speaking of the Cleveland Indians, I mean, look, what the fuck are they doing? I'm a little bewildered by their lack of offseason aggression. They should be striking while the iron is hot. What are they doing? They finished the year 102-60, first in the AL Central, best record in the American League. The 21-game winning streak last year, which is an AL record. All these things were highlighted throughout the year. Tremendous season, tremendous year. They jumped to that 2-0 lead over the New York Yankees in the playoffs, the best-of-5 series, and then lost the remaining 3 games, including the Game 5 clincher at home. Now, look, I would have thought the Tribe would be chomping at the bit to get better. And they're not doing that. They're not. They're kind of just sitting back and chilling. They're watching Joe Smith leave. They're watching Brian Shaw go to the Colorado Rockies. They're watching Carlos Santana go to the Philadelphia Phillies. I mean, look, I don't think it's time to panic if you're a Cleveland Indians fan. But I do think it's time to ask what the fuck is going on. Certainly the White Sox aren't ready in the AL Central to take over the Cleveland Indians, you would think. Minnesota, Kansas City. I don't think you want to open the door for those 2 teams, especially Minnesota. I don't think that Minnesota was a fluke last year. I think the best is yet to come with Minnesota. If you keep getting rid of all these players, you're going to open that door. Don't open the door in Cleveland in December. It's cold. According to Bruce Levine, CBS Sports Chicago, the Cubs have inquired the Indians about the availability of pitcher Danny Salazar. The deal does not appear imminent, but both sides are talking. The Tribe is one of the few teams with a deep depth of viable major league pitchers, starters in particular. You look at that roster, they got Mike Clevenger, Hector Carrasco, Trevor Bauer, who else they got? Josh Tomlin, and of course, Corey Kluber, the American League Cy Young Award winner. That kind of makes Salazar expendable, wouldn't you say? And I think that this is a sign of the times for the Chicago Cubs. I think they're letting you know that Jake Arrieta is going to walk. And they're making plans to move on without him. They're asking about Salazar. They're interviewing you, Darvish. The Chicago Cubs are ready to move on. Life without Jake Arrieta. It appears to be that way. I think the years that Arrieta's asking for, the money, the combination of both,